Unconventional Wisdom Micro Moment Podcast / CSE Podcast. Glad y'all are here today. We're minus one person. Tony's not going to be able to make it, but we do have Micah, we have Randy, we have Keith, we have myself. If you want to learn all about CSE and subscribe for our free cow report that goes out every Friday, this has all the emails people write to us and the answers that these guys give and just all kinds of stuff in it. Go to macromomenttrading.com, macromomenttrading.com, and find the cow report that's free. And also in this, that's also our old CSE website that has everything about CSE in there. You can subscribe to the services. You can do all kinds of stuff. We're going to have a good day today. One big announcement that's we announced this on the Micro Moment sessions the other day is that the Interactive Brokers last Thursday went totally no commissions on anything, and they just started tearing up all the trading platforms. And the next day, Schwab and Ameritrade and somebody else went no commissions, and then today, E-Trade went no commissions. E-Trade was hit really badly a couple of days ago when the others announced that they were going to be no commission houses, and so it's really a huge thing. And I suspect now, and the article I got on the wire today was now between E-Trade, IB, all the other Ameritrade and all those, they're going to start now fighting to see who can give him a better deal to their clients. And so I would think over the next year we should see some really interesting things going on in the online trading platforms. It's really good stuff. So I don't think I have anything else that's startling news.
Joe, you've been talking about them going to zero commissions for quite some time.
Yeah, and Randy,
been forecasting that.
Yeah, Merrill Lynch, it has no. Here's the difference. Here's what's going to happen now with the big Wall Street firms like the Merrills and those people. A couple of them have what they call no commission trading, but you got to have, like at Merrill, you got to have $50,000 in an account, and you get like 4 or 5 free trades. If you've got 25 or 30 more thousand, then you get unlimited free trades. So they're not exactly free commissions, and you got to type a lot of cash. Where these new ones, they're coming in, there are no minimum requirements, there are no fees, there's no nothing. And so this is going to force the big Wall Street firms to lower, or they're going to lose all their customers, because they're trying to promote, self people doing their own trades. So they're going to have to eliminate a lot of those restrictions they have in their accounts now, requiring a lot of money in there to get, just a limited number of free trades, because these houses are doing everything totally free, and absolutely incredible stuff. But why don't we start off with Randy? Randy's kind of got a rough voice today, so he may not be able to his normal jovial self. But Randy, you want to bring us up to date on how your week's gone so far?
Yeah, I'll try to keep my words to a minimum, and I'll let Keith explain what the Platinum service does and all that kind of stuff. But
okay.
Last week on the cover call, Platinum, the positions that were entered and closed out: Amazon 4.1% for a day, Cisco 7.1% for 4 days, TLT, which is an ETF for bonds, was 3.7%. Now that went over 3 weeks because that actually went into management. TLT dropped fairly significantly after we had entered it, and with the management techniques, we were able to continue managing and then close for a profit even after 3 weeks. JP Morgan 6.3% per day, Nike 7.1% for 3 days, Costco 8.6% for the week, and Ulta 17% for 5 days. So those are all the entries for last week. And as you know, those that are in the service that not only get the coaching webinar every week, but they also get to see exactly all the trades that I do. And so instead of seeing examples of what could have happened, or some kind of history of, well, if you would have done this 5 weeks ago, this is what you would have had. These are actual in the market, real live positions going on.
Mm. Yeah, I'll kind of talk with you now, because what Randy's talked about is he's using real money, his own account here, has for years. Here, he's been with us over 10 years. And when you subscribe to his services, you get an email that says he's getting ready to do a trade. You get the email when he does it, and you get it when he closes it. Now, his aren't real rapid fire ones. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're a minute or two. Normally, they're several hours or several days, but that's intended. That's what his service is. He has a unique situation that the guys that have less ability to do, the micro moment and Keith, have less management tools to take care of a situation that's giving problems. Randy has every management tool we have in the toolbox, so it doesn't make any difference once he gets into a position. He's just wanting to either get out of it and make, a 4 or 5% return for the week now. Used to be just for the month, but now it's for the week. It's huge returns. But if it doesn't go up or doesn't go down for him to get out, which however he entered it, he's got tools to continue to make that 4 or 5% for the week, even though the stock is not going the way it's supposed to go. And he has those tools. Micah and Tony don't have those tools, so they're rapid fire in and rapid fire out. And more so, Keith can explain that when we get around here in a second. But go to the website, micromomenttrading.com, and check out Randy's services. He's got some excellent seminars that he gives, a couple of them a week, and he's had people subscribe to him for the entire time he's been here, 9 or 10 years. So, okay, Keith, what's the difference between what you do and what Randy does?
Well, I'm sort of speed-wise somewhere between Randy and Micah, that sort of medium kind of speed at the moment. I had been trading a lot of credit spreads that I'd be in on a weekly basis, so you'd be in a few days, and just the volatility of the market right now, though, you just have to look at today, and everything's back green again now, where it was down strong red this morning. It's crazy.
Oh, it was switching back and forth between red and green all morning, just like that. Just like
it's really crazy. And but I'd come up with a CSM, credit spread momentum technique, that is sort of there's both a long-term and a short-term one. The long-term one, I'm typically in I was in 3 to 5 days. Then I tried to back down and lower the gains and just go from 1 to 3 days. And just right now with these crazy announcements and everything, that you can't read the charts. The charts, just when you got them figured out, then they go and change because some announcement comes out. So I'm just trying to do the short-term CSMs now, where I'm not in overnight. I'm just in during the day. But like Randy, when I see a trade, I let you know, all the clients, what's going on, what I'm looking at, and then it's send the details of that and roughly what the premium is for opening the position. And then as soon as I get into it, I tell them what I got into it for and what I'm looking for to get out of it. And as soon as I get out of it, I let them know what I got out for. So that's what I'm doing there. We also, on the Platinum Services, run a weekly webinar. In mine, it's on Tuesday from noon to 1:30 East Coast time, and go through the charts and spend a lot of time on the charts, talk about the rules of what I'm looking to enter in, and answer questions for clients on the service there. Also, I'm around to answer emails for questions that come up. And like Randy, who does a seminar kind of things, I do a credit spread CSM seminar, usually once a quarter. And the next time I'll do that is on the 26th and 7th of October, last weekend in October. It'll be online only. And the nice thing is, on all these seminars, if you've paid for it once, you can attend it again free. It doesn't cost you anything. You can come and learn something new, ask questions, and hear other people ask questions that probably have similar ones that you have, and get those answered on the seminar. So it's a quick run through on the credit spread CSM service.
Let me ask you this: why is it that you and Randy always have on those earphones?
Well, because the microphone on the earphones works a whole lot better than the microphone on my computer. So they highly recommend setting up and using headphones for when you do this. Plus, it makes us look cool and high tech. Also,
but why are you so big? Like, those are
well, they're not that big. Here, let me move back a little bit.
Move back. That's right. I'm not going to press Randy to describe. He's got a bad voice there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the cheaper set I got, I guess.
Here's a note from Ken. Free trading with Schwab, TD, Ameritrade, and E-Trade. What a time to trade. Yeah, and Ken, you're not going to believe it, because at this point I was reading an article, all three of them, and IB, also Interactive Brokers, all three of them have said that they're going to get real aggressive competing with each other on making better deals. I don't know how much better they can get.
Well, the thing is, Joe, that the commission, at least with Schwab on the service, the commissions per trade are free. They still charge you per contract on options. So you're still doing that. So they still can come down in price that they're charging you per contract on doing the options.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And also, Interactive Brokers doesn't have that contract fee. And since they're kind of the elephant in the house, yeah. I'm sure because within one day of Interactive Brokers saying, they got everything free in there, no minimums, no nothing, all these within days, and now with E-Trade coming in today, and I think Micah uses E-Trade. I don't know if you were aware of that. I know you are now, Micah, but you'll probably get some substantial reduction in your commissions now.
Yeah, they put a note on the login actually that it was, they were going to a zero commission structure, and that undercutting you're talking about is already happening because Schwab, they were the first after Interactive Brokers. They came out zero commissions base and then 65 cents a contract, and E-Trade is opening at 50 cents a contract. So I mean, you already see a 15-cent undercut off the get for what little commissions they do have left. It's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, if this is the first couple days of this whole transition, I would imagine it would equalize somewhere around 40 cents a contract, and then eventually free, obviously. But I think they're just going to keep. I mean, all of them have lost so many clients to each other already. Yeah, it's nuts. So
yeah, it's going to be fun to watch what happens. Keith, do you see that note from Reese?
Yeah, I do. It says, Keith, do you set profit goals right away or close based on the charts? Reese, good question. I have actually done both of those. Sometimes I'll put a closing price in and maybe 10 or 15% gain on a position. Other times I say, well, let me sort of see how the charts are looking. And I always can lower that. So I started at 10%. It doesn't look like it's going to peak out around 8%, 6%. I can go ahead and modify that to close it out. The other thing, part of that, Risa, you had sent me a question, and I sent you the answer to that just before the podcast today. So hopefully that helps you out.
Okay, great. I want to remind everybody, ask any questions you want to here. We'll read them out and answer them, or comments with how you did today, how you're doing with your trades and that kind of stuff. Let us know. Micah, the trades were good today. There were where did my paper go? Here it is. There were 7 trades, 23.74%. All of them were QQQs because that's what Tony specializes in. One big one, 10.19%, and one washout. He lost $1.12 on one transaction, QQQs, and then made $1.12. So just a wash. But but the market was crazy. I mean, it started pre-market. Pre-market, it was green, heavy in the green, over 100%. And it wasn't, but within a minute of the market opening, it all turned red and down 100% or more, And it was interesting because that's where E-Trade came out with their announcement this morning. One of the reasons they lost so much money the other day, their stock, because they didn't come out, and the other guys lost money and then immediately started regaining. So, Tony, Micah, why don't you kind of explain what you're doing with those micro moments?
Yeah, so if there's anybody new on here, micro moment is a very quick technique, debatably one of the fastest anywhere. We're in and out of trades averaging about 40 seconds, we found. They can be anywhere from 20 seconds to, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And we don't have any of the management techniques, anything like that. We just buy to open and sell to close, call and put options. Super simple, super quick. And we really go with the momentum of the chart. So, in those big pushes, I'm sure it was evident in Tony's seminar today, that, we wait for the turns, but we don't wait for them to, we don't try to jump the gun. We don't need to have any sort of underdeveloped setups because of how fast these percentages happen. I mean, you can see, there were a couple over 100% changes in the swings today. So when you're in that kind of scenario, to grab 4 or 5 cents out of it is really no problem at all. And that's what we try to do. We try to get in and out for quick gains. Every once in a while, we will have a big, 10, 20, 30% gain. But our time frame is no longer than it would be if we had just grabbed 4 cents. It's really based on just taking what the market gives us and having a very, not a passive approach, but a very non-forceful approach. We don't force any trades. We don't, make anything happen that's not there. We have a lot of days that are like today. We make 23% or more, a lot more on some days. I remember one Friday a couple months ago, market was nuts, and we did like 214% that day. So the range is pretty significant, but it's all based on the market, and it's not us having to do more or try to find trades that aren't there. So it makes for a very, very consistent technique. And that's been our mission recently, is reframing how people think of it, because they see how fast it is. So they assume it's risky, and they assume it's very difficult. It's really not. If you follow your rules and you stay disciplined, then it's very low risk. It is fast, but it's very low risk and very consistent. So yeah, it's been going great all around.
Yeah, we're into tomorrow will be the end of the 22nd week as a subscription service. We've been doing it for 3 years or so. But again, tomorrow is the end of the 26th, and the total returns over that period of time is over 3,000%. Averages somewhere between 140% a week. And like I say, sometimes it's much better than that. But primarily, they're also using all three of these guys use our Toolbox Advanced Charting, proprietary charting technique that's probably the best in the world. And no micro moment, it tells them when to get in and when to get out. Now, the other thing on the micro moment, the key to success is not getting out, it's not having a loss. And that's why these guys have gotten down. I know Tony's loss day was 1.12%. Getting out is essential, because if you just sit there and let the thing run, think, it's going to turn around, pretty soon you got 25-30% loss, and you wiped out profits for several days. So, the key is to know when to get out. And when you look at that chart, and the chart tells you to get in now, you get in now. If it doesn't keep going the right way, you get out immediately, even though you may be breaking even or whatever. You just go ahead and get out, because you're going to turn around and go back. And a lot of times it'll turn around and go up, and you would have had a great profit. But that's how you end up losing money to speculating like that.
Joe, I have to laugh at what you said. You said, if you don't get out, you may have a big loss in, 20 to 30%, and it may take you a couple of days to get that back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what you said that 10 years ago? That'd have been about a half a year to get that back or something. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but the key again, and they don't have the tool that Randy has, and you have on some more limited basis. There's a message. Why don't you take that message from Martha, Micah?
Yeah, I was late signing on because I was trading on the uptrend, following your rules and teachings, and I made 61% for the day. Yeah, on a day like today, that's totally reasonable. I'm sure she's not the only one that surpassed 20%. I'm sure we have a really good group right now of subscribers. I'm sure Tim was right there with her. Melissa was probably, rivaled. And I wasn't even on the webinar today, but they're such efficient traders, constantly reading off, their 10-15% gains. It's crazy.
Well, Martha last Friday won the Golden Pole Award. Because we say, these stocks go up down like a pole dancer, and so we have every Friday we issue a Golden Pole Award to whoever has the best trades for the week. I think she won the Golden Pole last week. We have to get a Golden Pole. We don't have a Golden Pole, but we have to, have one custom made or something like that. But again, the key is getting in and not having a loss. And you can cut these back. A long time ago in the olden days, Micah and Tony both were not as proficient as they are now about capping these any lost trade, but now they do. I haven't seen. When was the last time you had one more than 2%, Micah? I can't even remember. It's been so long that you'd have a loss more than 2%.
Yeah, there was one probably over a month ago that was like an instantaneous reversal.
Yeah.
That was just like a fraction of a second and it was down. And I think I got out of maybe a 6% loss.
Yeah.
And then before that was, another few months.
Well, the reason these things work for you, again, that's so good, you know when to get in. But again, if it doesn't continue to go on up like it's supposed to according to the chart, get out. Because I see you guys get out of them where sometimes you get out and maybe you would have had a 5-cent profit, and you get out for about 1 cent because you start the process of getting out. In the meantime, the thing reverses and shoots back up. That's okay.
Yep.
You win at the end of the day. That's right. Yeah. So, Keith, you use our chart. You've always used some other chart too, right?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Joe. The other, I do the advanced chart and use the ICE chart, but I also use the CSM chart, which is also on the toolbox. So, absolutely, I'm very big proponent of the charting. Absolutely.
Keith, and I always like to tell the story I tell every time because it's really significant. He came to us years ago, and what do we call that seminar?
That was a master's
seminar, which is a 2-day seminar. 2 people on Saturday, 2 people on Sunday that had excelled in some aspect of our techniques. And Keith came, and his big deal was he was trying to make for the seminar 1,000% in a regular brokerage account, and using our covered call technique. And something happened the last week or so, and he didn't make the 1,000, but made in excess of 900%. He knew nobody would believe him, so he brought online. He posted all his brokerage pages, and we had him at the seminar, and we still got those things. Over 1,000%. I mean, nobody in the world makes that. Just incredible. So that's good. Randy can do the same kind of thing. He again 2 different techniques, and of course Mike and Tony actually have a seminar coming up here next Thursday. Limited seating because it's the very first seminar. It's not going to be online. It's just in person. There's only a couple of seats left. If you want to sign up for it, it's going to be here in Fort Worth. And we'll send out a couple more times to our entire mailing list on the seminar where it is. It's right downtown Fort Worth. You don't need a rent-a-car or anything. We're going to have dinner at my favorite place after the seminar that evening. It's going to be live during market hours on a Thursday. And it's just going to be a perfect way to learn things and ask questions and really see them doing things versus just describing it on the seminar. When you take their seminar, we call it a session. There's one in the morning, and sometimes there's one in the afternoon if the market warrants it. And you get a notice. We leave the screen on all day, and if they come back afternoon, then you get notified on your cell phone with a text saying they're coming back. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, because the market didn't warrant it. But when they do, a lot of times they have incredible good returns in those afternoon sessions. But they sit there and they've got the chart up there, and they're explaining exactly precisely, and then they're doing real trades. And they say, we're getting ready, we're prepping a trade. And then they'll say, we're entering that trade. It's going to be QQQ or Apple. And you can do it with any of them, but it's really, really good service, as is Keith's, as is Randy's. So do we have any more questions?
Yeah, Martha says, I'm a new trader. I can only do this with the help of the webinar and the guys. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Super glad. And I appreciate all the time you put into it, Martha. You're really committed, and I believe you're coming to the seminar, so we'll get to meet you. That's going to be great.
Martha,
interact with you.
Look at that one. Read that one from Reese.
Micah, have you ever gotten 100% plus in a day? No, there was one day I made a few trades, but I did 62% on one of them. And I don't remember what the other ones were because I was stoked about the 60. But probably, 70, something like that. But no, I don't believe I've ever hit 100% in one day.
We met Mike
that's a good goal, though. I like that.
We met Mike on a cruise down through the Caribbean, 7-day cruise down through the Caribbean, when he was 17. And so he's 21 now, so he's been with us a long time. And he also, on the cruise, he came in second karaoke. Now, I'm getting demands already for the seminar for you to sing karaoke. What do you think? We need some
karaoke bar?
You'll have to have Marcus as the backup band.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I'm okay. I haven't sang since then, I don't think.
Joe, I'm going to try to say one thing. All of these returns that Mike is getting and you're talking about are only available because of the intraday streaming charts that are proprietary to compound stock earnings.
Yes.
These aren't speculation trades. These are based on a rule-based reading of the chart system. And if you didn't have that chart, there's no way you're going to make those returns.
Yep. And that chart tells you, thank you for that. That chart tells you exactly and precisely when to get out. I mean, when to get in, and you're getting out, you got a little more leeway in getting out, but it tells you exactly when to get in, and that's what they teach. And so it's important stuff. It really is. Well, if we don't have any more messages, we might call it a day unless you guys got something else. Again, sign up for the seminar. It's the very first one. It's small, not going to be real big, but it's going to be real neat. And during live hours, and you might also get, Micah might sing. Who knows? So, you guys got anything else to say? Any last minute notes?
No, you and Tony do a great job next week. I'm sorry I can't be there for it, but I'm certain it'll be great.
Well, you've been attending the sessions, so
yeah. When I get a chance, I have been listening in. Yeah,
when you're
do
not
a great job.
When you're not on vacation, right?
Come on, Joe.
Okay, thank y'all.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We're new to the at least I'm new to the presentation, thing. So I'll do my best and try not to be nervous at all or anything like that. But I know Tony's he had a sales job a while ago for like medical equipment, so he's used to the presentations and the PowerPoints and stuff. But we got a really solid presentation built, so
okay,
I think it'll go well.
Okay, we'll see everybody next week on this podcast. And
no, Joe, remember, no podcast next week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there'll be no podcast next week because next week is when the Micro Moment seminar, live seminar, is going to be held. It's going to be during market hours. So no podcast next Thursday. Thanks for reminding me of that. Okay, see y'all guys later. Bye.
Okay, have a good week, everybody.
Thanks, guys.